Hey, I wanted to ask you about. I think Jack Stahl played something like all but 4 snaps on Sunday. What does he do? I mean, I know obviously backups like him have to play out in every phase, but I mean that's a lot of snaps, high percentage. What does he do that you like?
With Jack, we really like what he did in college in terms of his tape at Nebraska. What Jack does every day is he just comes in with his heart. He's a Colorado boy, so he just comes in hard hat. He's ready to go. And what he does is what he really does well is he cares about what he has to do. He knows his role on this team, whether that's playing special teams, whether that's backing up, doing the dirty work on offense. And he cares about that. And he wants to get better and better as the time goes on. He was just in our office talking about the game, what he could have done better, what this week looking like, where I have him playing at this week. So he just cares so much about his role and just excelling at it. So I think that's what really kind of boosts him into playing all those snaps. Is one, we trust him in what he does because he cares so much and he studies so hard. And at times he does excel at what he does, what we ask him to do.
We saw early on in the game, and when the Lions punted, and also on their field goals that you guys played in a couple safe formations. I guess just when you're prepared for a more aggressive team like that, when you see recently that they go for those attempts, is there anything different about your preparation, or is that emphasized obviously in practice?
No, it just goes over to the overview of what your opponent creates. And obviously against the Rams, they had a couple punt fakes. They had to throw the comeback route on the punt and the PP sweep. So it's just stuff we always want to give those guys an early heads up, like, hey, it's in their territory. What do they really got to lose? They may try to steal a possession here, so just be alert for the throwback or something like that. So it's just preparing and getting ready for that. And I thought the guys did a really good job in terms of understanding where we were on the field, the down and distance, playing that. And if you look at it, Josh Sweat and Derek Barnett are doing a heck of a job rushing out of that D-stay look and, putting some pressure on the punter. Hey, I can't just sit here and throw it. I actually do got to punt if they do have a fake on or not.
It's been a few years, but Eric Wilson broke into the league as a special teams guy. What does he need to do to have a role on your special teams, or a bigger role on your special teams?
Yeah, Eric, he comes in every day and he's willing to work. Obviously, we know when he was at Minnesota, he was a very good special teams player, and he still is. It's one of those things where we try to give everybody as much reps as possible, and just during the course of the week, how it unfolds. We only have so many people on the roster that can suit up and everything. So Eric's done a fantastic job, and we're going to just keep giving him the reps that is going to make him eligible to play on Sundays.
So what's this week like for a coordinator? You have so much success on the field. You're so dominant. People talk about handling adversity versus success. How does the week change for you when you guys had so much overall success as a team?
Oh, it doesn't change whatsoever. From a special team standpoint, it wasn't our best week in terms of our coverage unit, so we always want to come back and get better as the season goes on. And like I alluded to last week, the weather's changing. The ball is not going to travel as far, so we really got to kind of just tighten up our coverage units to help our defense with a longer field. So it's not one of those things where we're feeling good. There's always something to get better at. So in terms of that, we don't change anything we do from week in, week out. Shoot, after the Carolina block punt, it's not like we were sitting on our high horse with our feet up. We were trying to get better and better each week, and we got to get better this week in terms of our coverage units to help out our defense. I thought our punt return did a really good job kind of saving a first down and a half by Greg when they did hit a good punt. So, and we just got to keep playing disciplined ball. Got to eliminate those penalties that do hurt our offense. So it's just getting better and better each week, regardless of the outcome of the week previous.
Is there a coach that you've been around that's a good comp for Nick in terms of like a style of coaching or leadership?
I think it's, your style and leadership just changes. No one's going to be carbon copy the same. So it's really interesting to see how many people I work under and just their different coaching styles. So with Nick, he's very upfront, he's honest, he's energetic, which is great. And I think everyone that I've been around has been energetic, and they all care about it. So it just comes in with who you're dealing with, just different personalities, different people, but no one's one and the same.
What makes it unique?
Obviously it's just how he approaches every game week. Like, he doesn't change regardless. He's going to be upbeat. He's going to let you know when things have to get better. He's up front with it. So working for Nick has been outstanding in terms of just understanding him. Obviously, I didn't know him very, very well until the interview process, but getting to know him since, I took this job in late January, early February, he's always the same guy each week, regardless of the outcome of the game, regardless of what's happening in the off season, he's always going to be the same guy, and it's always comforting knowing I'm coming into a work environment with the same guy coming in and day out.
If you don't have Jalen Reagor this week, what determines who fills those roles?
Just how practice goes and everything. Like I said, we always try to get people ready, regardless of the situation. You saw Jalen go down in the first quarter. Greg Ward came in there and didn't miss a beat. He had a 12-yard return that helped us save us right there. And with all these guys, injuries do happen, and that's the beauty of special teams. You have to be prepared to get the people behind them ready to go. When Jack Driscoll went down, I had to shuffle the guys on the field goal team. Didn't miss a beat. When JJ went down, Richard Rodgers took his spot on some of the punt returns, didn't miss a beat. So it's just one of those things where it's our job as coaches, myself, Joe P., and Tyler, to have everyone ready who may be active on Sunday to fill in at any point. So when Jalen went down, it was easy. Quez, you be the kick returner. Greg, you be the punt returner for this. And, Greg did a heck of a job fielding it, making one guy miss, getting vertical, and making a big 12-yard return for us.
We saw the Lions pick up that leverage penalty toward the second half. How tough, as special teams coach, how tough is it to see these guys with these vertical abilities to jump over the lines versus potentially picking up a penalty and trying to get a rush?
Yeah, and it just goes, for field goal, everything comes down to technique. It's only a 2-second play. It's and it's physically demanding those 2 seconds. I mean, you get a defense that's trying to keep points off the board, and you got to know, when you are blocking that, if you do have a guy that has the ability to jump over the pile or over the line, you want to rise with power. Maybe you clip him, and he doesn't get his hands up right there. So it just goes in the technique. Everyone just going back down to the technique we've been teaching since OTAs to help deter that. And obviously, we were able to get the leveraging. Herbie and Landon did a great job, and he couldn't get high enough, so he had to put his hands down on Rick right there. So that's an extra 15 yards, an extra possession for our offense. At that point in the game was pretty much handled at that point, but you never know when it's a close game. They do that, and we do get the leveraging and gives our offense an opportunity to turn 3 into 7 right there.